Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel today. My name is Janessa Storley, owner of Frontier Designs, and today I wanted to dive into all the other forms of real estate investing. As I explained in the video called What Do House Flippers Do, you can click the link up here to be able to watch that video. Where I dive all into house flipping and what you need to know there. I am a house flipper, and that's the real estate investment path that I chose and that I enjoy to do. But there are so many other ways to invest in real estate, and I kind of wanted to give a quick overview of those kind of things now, because I will be diving in deeper into all of these categories just to provide you guys additional information on the many forms of real estate investing that are out there, because sometimes there's people that just don't want to deal with the hassle of a house flip. So again, if you end up liking this video and you want to find out more about the real estate investing world and about the houses that we are flipping at Frontier Designs, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And let's get into understanding the different ways to invest in real estate. So in today's video, what we're going to cover is we're going to be covering the buy and hold aspect of real estate investing. We're going to be talking about commercial properties, we're going to be talking about wholesaling, and we're going to be talking about development. I have already covered house flipping in a previous video, so I don't want to put too much time into that, but I do think it is good to kind of slide in there and let you guys know how these many kind of real estate investors work together. So you'll hear me kind of discuss house flipping within this video just a little bit, but I mainly want to focus on the other real estate investing types that other people can do. Okay, so one of the very first real estate investing types out there, and I think this has probably been one of the ones that have been around for the longest, but essentially what it is called buy and hold. Essentially, you are purchasing properties to hold as rentals. So this can be on the residential or the commercial side. If you're looking at residential properties, you purchase a house, a duplex, a fourplex, an apartment complex, whatever you want to purchase, and you rent those out. Now, obviously there's a lot of science behind it. It can't just be that simple and you're just going to make money. Again, you have to understand your markets, and not only understanding the real estate market, but you also have to understand rental markets. So I will dive into that in another video where I dive very deep into understanding the numbers and what's a good return on your investment for a buy and hold property. And again, that all depends on what market you are in. But I just wanted to bring it up. Buy and hold has been going on forever, I feel like. There's a lot of real estate investors that mainly do that form of real estate investment because it is honestly one of the safest. I think the only downturn to it is if the market significantly crashes like it did in 07, 08. A lot of buy and hold investors lost out because, market rents went crashing down. So that's always something to keep in mind, but realistically, there's a lot of less risk, financial risk, when it comes to rentals compared to other forms of real estate investing. The next form of real estate investing that I want to talk to you guys about is called wholesaling. So what wholesaling is just another way to find properties, essentially. What wholesalers do is they take out all of the research for you, whether you're looking for a buy and hold, a flip house, or whatever you're looking for. You can go to them. What they do is they do all of the research. They contact property owners that are off market. So again, in my video talking about the barn house and how we located the property, I kind of touched on wholesaling a little bit, and you can see that video here. But what a wholesaler does essentially is they find the properties that look in disrepair, and they'll send a mailer to that property owner, and they'll do the research on who owns it. It could be owned by a bank, so they might reach out to that bank, but they get contracts going with property owners that are off market to purchase their house. And so that's what a wholesaler does. And, you know, when it comes to the closing on the deal, how wholesalers make their money is, you know, they might put in a fee in there saying, you know, I helped find this property for you. I'm going to charge you $5,000 or whatever it might be for them. And so that's what a successful wholesaler does, is that little fee is already included in there in the price. And that comes out during closing. So that's what a wholesaler does. Other forms of real estate investing include, you can do commercial. Now I kind of touched on this with buy and hold. But you know, as a commercial investor, you are seeking out commercial clients. And this is where we're getting into an area that is very, very in-depth, in my opinion. Now, I'm not like a professional commercial agent or understand the market when it comes to commercial properties, but I do know that there's a lot of science behind it, and you have to be extremely smart in making sure that that commercial property that you're either building or purchasing is going to give you a great return. Because commercial properties, there's so many different kind of lease types that you can do, and then, you know, the tenant will want to probably do a build out in there to make the space work for their business. And there's a lot of different things and negotiations that go within commercial real estate that it's interesting. It's a science. I'm learning it right now. And it's very, very in-depth. So for those of you first wanting to start out into commercial or into real estate investing, I would definitely maybe start out in like the residential realm and build that up, because there's a lot more research behind it and it's a little bit safer than jumping right into commercial. And another form of real estate investing that I wanted to touch on, again, I'm not professional at this, I know a lot of people have been, is developments. So what they can do is they either subdivide, they figure out properties to subdivide, or else what they do is they develop commercial properties, malls, or, you know, a whole bunch of different things there. They develop new spaces for the city that can be either used by the public or by private homeowners. So again, there's a lot that go into developments. Developments cost a lot of money, so you have a lot of investors going in on them. I would suggest, if you ever would like to dip your toes into developing, there's plenty of cities that are growing very rapidly, and these developments are going on there. So make sure that you get with somebody that you trust, but you can invest a certain amount of money into this development, and then you'll get a return at the end of it. So that's something to keep in mind too, with real estate investing and in development. You don't have to be the person that covers the entire piece of the development, but you can dip your toes in there and you can throw a little bit of money and then get another return. It's kind of like stocks and that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, you're going to get a better return with real estate development compared to investing in the stock market. That's just my personal opinion. So that's a good way to invest without putting in a lot of work. The only work that you do have to do if you want to take that route, though, is you need to make sure that you are working with a reliable development company, because there have been developments that were promised and they'll take all of the investors' money and then it won't work out. So just wanted to throw that out there. Do your research, meet the people, make sure it's safe, and make sure all of the legal agreements when you sign that is good to go. All right, and then last but not least, I kind of wanted to throw in this little tidbit of information on how all of these investors kind of work together. And another real estate strategy that is kind of surfacing within the past 5 years. So that is called the BRRRR strategy. So you buy, you rehab, and you rent. And that is what is, or you buy, rehab, refinance, and rent. Sorry. That is called the BRRR strategy. And so a lot of people are doing this for rentals. It makes a great return when it comes to a buy and hold property. It's honestly probably one of the best ways to get a buy and hold instead of just buying a property as is. You know, taking something that needs a lot of work, holding on to it, refinancing it, or fixing it, refinancing it, and then renting it out. That's going to be a really great way to look for rental properties, and a different way to look at it, because sometimes when you purchase a property, it might not be in a great market for flipping, so this is a great alternative that you have in your back pocket if flipping doesn't necessarily work. And as you can tell, a lot of these investor types communicate with each other. You know, there might be an investor from who is looking to flip houses or even to buy and hold. Well, that's great for a wholesaler, because a wholesaler can find them that information. Or you know, you might be an investor who wants to start looking into development, and so you want to put your money into something, and so that's where you go with the development side. Or, you know, maybe you've been doing residential buy and holds for a long time and now you want to get into commercial. Like, everything can graduate into something bigger and better all of the time. So these are just different forms of real estate investing that I wanted to touch on today in today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed it, that you learned a little bit about the real estate investing world. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and also give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I will see all of you guys in the next video. Bye.